Popular opinion, they could have told me the night before the election Joe Biden had 90 days to live, and I still would have voted for him over Trump.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Happy Saturday, and I hope everybody is doing well. We're gonna keep the rotation going. We're flipping back to the men for this video. Let's get into it.
I keep talking about this race war. Just know, every melanated person is ready. You know how ready we are. You don't understand that all of this stuff that we're doing to one another, if we just had a outlet, I promise you, it would be no problem. And you basically saying that if it does become something like that, neither side goes to jail. Oh my God, they're gonna have a ball on your candy ass. I'm just saying, bruh, y'all think. And the crazy part is, the ones who can't protect themselves is doing all of this. And the ones who can is trying to figure out who over here know how to protect themselves. See, it don't matter if you know how to aim and shoot. It just matters if you hit your fucking target.
So a lot of you guys like to say that I won't wear my anti-Trump stuff out in public. Well, look, y'all. Here I am, out in public, loud and proud, anti-Trump. You're hurting me! You're hurting me! Ow! 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 Help! Help! Ow! You're hurting me! You're hurting me!
I do not condone or endorse the use of violence to solve any matters, but it's getting close to the point where if someone in office was torn apart to shreds live in front of millions to see, I would stand up and cheer.
Oh, yes, ma'am, bitch. Because you tried to come for me. I'm not gonna come for you. I'm gonna run your ass over. I don't know who the fuck told you that you was cute without a motherfucking bang. Bitch, all that head you got in the front. I hope your throat game head as good as that head you got on the top of your motherfucking neck, bitch. Put a bang on there the next time, okay?
South Africa's president just took a jab at Donald Trump during their meeting in the Oval Office. So this morning, Donald Trump grilled South Africa's president for persecuting South Africa's white farmers. And in response to being attacked by Donald Trump, South Africa's President Ramaphosa took a jab back at Trump and said the following, quote, "I am sorry I don't have a plane to give you," referencing the jumbo jet that Trump just received from the Qatari royal family. Yet, instead of being offended by this jab, here's what Trump said in response, quote, "I wish you did. I'd take it. If your country offered the United States Air Force a plane, I would take it." So that is Donald Trump soliciting a bribe of another plane from South Africa's government weeks after accepting a $400 million luxury jumbo jet from the Qatari royal family. Just an insane meeting that just took place on live TV. Yet the media wants us to focus on Joe Biden.
All right, guys, this is Dash Dabrowski. He's actually quite the big influencer on TikTok, and for those of you that are not familiar with him, just picture Harry Sisson in 20 years. He's pretty much, well, just as big of a grifter as Harry Sisson is, pretty much, well, just as good looking as Harry Sisson is. And his main shtick on TikTok is pretty much, well, breaking news, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Now, what's frustrating here is, again, we have a liberal that just cannot credit Donald Trump for actually doing something good here. But I guess that's because it goes without saying that none of the liberals actually believe that there actually is an issue in South Africa, right? So what he's attempting to do here is to frame it, to make it look like the South African president actually got the better of Donald Trump by simply stating, "I'm sorry, I don't have a plane to gift you." And then he's figuring that Donald Trump should be embarrassed that that was said to him. Donald Trump's response is stating that he would actually take the plane if he had one to gift to him could be taken in two ways. Either he's belittling the South African president and showing him who the alpha male in the room is, or he's actually showing him a sign of respect, stating that if you guys did gift me one, I would gladly accept it. And in no way is this Donald Trump soliciting a bribe. The plane that was gifted to the United States, not to Donald Trump on a personal basis. That was given to the Department of Defense. The truth is here, the liberals are not fooling anybody. They know very well that the plane was gifted to the Department of Defense and not to Donald Trump on a personal basis. But of course, they just can't let that go. Now, Dash, being the dishonest influencer that he is here, is trying to distract and trying to deflect here to make people think that this is actually a bigger story than what happened with Joe Biden, with the news coming out about his cancer diagnosis. That is a much bigger story on both sides of the political field compared to something like this. What Donald Trump did here was actually well deserved. I think we can all agree with that. Maybe those on the left won't, but anybody with common sense will. But when it comes to Joe Biden with his cancer diagnosis, that is obviously a much bigger story. The United States deserves to know how long he was ill for. How long do they know for? What type of a cover-up are we looking at?
What's wrong with you?
You know you're driving the fucking car of a fucking Nazi.
Dude.
The guy gave 3 fucking Heil Hitler salutes.
What is wrong with this man?
He's a fucking Nazi.
So what do you want me to do about it?
Sell your fucking car.
Are you serious?
Yeah, sell your fucking car.
What is wrong with you?
Get the fuck out of here. You're driving the car of a fucking Nazi. The guy is a fucking Nazi.
You're going to go to jail.
Fuck you.
You're gonna go to jail.
I'm not doing anything except cussing at you.
Okay.
I'm glad you're filming me.
Touch me and you will go to jail.
I'm not gonna do anything violent.
It doesn't matter.
You're just a fucking asshole because you bought the car of a fucking Nazi. The guy's a fucking Nazi. Now fucking leave.
Yeah, seriously.
It's so crazy that our government wants to take away porn. They want to make it too expensive to even just breathe. And then they want to strip away our rights. And yet they don't think that's going to cause an uproar. Like, hello? Are y'all listening to this shit? What the fuck? Jesus.
Damn, man!
Look, I know it has the word men in it. It's literally the first 3 letters. But
fascism is happening. Stop going to work, you stupid motherfucking people. Nothing is gonna change until you stop going to work.
Tell me why my mom came into my job. I've got no contact, by the way. And she comes and sees me. It's 2 days after Mother's Day. Or 3, I don't know. Anyways, she comes in and she's like, I don't care anymore. I love you for who you are. And blah, 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 blah. And you look just like me. You're so pretty. Blah, 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 blah. And like trying to act like everything's okay. And not realizing till afterwards that she was just doing that for herself. Because I was like, look, if you don't accept all of me, I don't want any part of you. And she made the face of, okay, hun, I get it. Bye-bye. And then I cried my eyes out.
Super controversial take. I don't necessarily know if Joe Biden has cancer. I say this as a Democrat. I say this as someone that watches MSNBC. I'm subscribed to mostly leftist creators on this app. I don't know if he has cancer or not. Joe Biden lies. That's what Joe Biden did. He lied. He lied about not running in 2024. He ran in 2024. He lied about the situation in Gaza. He pretended it wasn't a real problem. He lied. He's also under tremendous scrutiny right now because there are several books being published that are critical of his presidency. So given his historical lying, it is reasonable for people to question the authenticity of this cancer diagnosis. If you want people to believe you, don't lie to them. Joe Biden lies. Do I pray for Joe Biden? Yes. Am I upset with people who are questioning whether or not he is lying about this? No, I'm not. Don't lie. If you want people to consider you to be a truthful person, then you have to cultivate truthfulness.
I honestly did not expect this. This clip, when I first played it, actually kind of shocked me. The last thing I expected to hear out of Mr. I Hate Donald Trump's mouth is that Joe Biden is a liar. And he's saying it like he's been aware of it all this time. Yet he still states how he's a proud Democrat, he watches MSNBC, he follows nothing but left-wing influencers on TikTok, being fully aware that your president during his 4-year term was a liar. But the truth is, what gets me here is if Joe Biden is such a liar and he's stating that this is something that he's already known, this is what he believes, that means that there's other liberals out there too that believe that Joe Biden's a liar, because I mean, he didn't exactly have the best reputation as a senator either, right? So what my question is, if Joe Biden is such a liar, and this is common knowledge, how come anybody believed the information that was coming out about Donald Trump from the Biden administration? That doesn't really make much sense now, does it? I mean, let's be honest. Anything that they've actually tried to use on Trump in the past couple of years to smear him, it's been nothing more than sound bites and selective clips. And the news knew it too when they would play it. There's fine people on both sides. He's gonna be a dictator on day one. It's gonna be a bloodbath. For sure, they've seen the entirety of those clips and they knew what they were presenting to people as false information. But what gets me are these liberals that will still push that same narrative and they'll still try and say, oh, he said he was gonna be a dictator on day one. If these people are so intelligent, did they not actually watch any of these clips from beginning to finish to actually see, oh man, he didn't actually say it that way? No, they just wanted to continue with that narrative. They all knew that they're spewing garbage. Yet, because they 100% believed everything that their elected officials told them, because their elected officials feared Donald Trump because he was about to flip the narrative on them. So these liberals, being as easily mentally programmed as they are, just went along with the narrative. So I'm asking honestly here to all you liberals out there, if Donald Trump was such a bad guy that, you know, he's such a racist, a dictator, all this garbage that you guys spew about him, how come you guys can't pull out any actual evidence to show that this is true? Nothing more than sound bites and shortened video clips. But when Kamala Harris decided that she was going to run for president, how come people on the right were actually able to pull full video clips and full audio clips of her that made her look bad? How come on our side of the field, we had absolutely no problem being able to pull up historical evidence against Kamala Harris or against Joe Biden to actually show what type of person they are? Yet on your guys' side of the field, you had no choice but to fabricate what you guys would call evidence. Now, in terms of Joe Biden with his cancer diagnosis, am I a fan of Joe Biden in any way? No, not whatsoever. Do I actually question if his cancer diagnosis is a lie by Joe Biden like this guy's doing? Absolutely not. Has there been a cover-up? Yeah, obviously there has been a cover-up, but what concerns me here, and this is actually out of concern for Joe Biden, is did Joe Biden actually know that he was riddled with cancer? Or was that being hidden from him as well? Because it honestly looks like Joe Biden's presidency, he was just being used as a puppet the entire time.
Tell me, MAGA cult, the ones that voted for Chief Felon Trump, which one of these things did you vote for? Did you vote for an AI bot that answers the phone at Social Security that gets people so frustrated they just hang up? Or did you vote to cancel cancer research for children? Or did you vote so people who want an actual vaccine to save their life can't get it? Or did you vote to cut off the funding for food in Africa that is now killing thousands of children? Or did you vote to have Kristi Noem head up the Department of Homeland Security and she doesn't even know what habeas corpus is? It's in the Constitution, if she can read. Oh, and how about this one? You can now get machine guns in the U.S. if you want it. Tell me how that's going to cut down on mass killings. Did you vote for this, MAGA?
I real life hate people, bitch. People just piss me the fuck off. No, bitch, I don't like you. I don't like him either, motherfucker. I don't like nobody. Do you hear me? Y'all just get on my fucking nerves, ugly motherfucker. Hello, bitch.
The only thing dangerous about taking your kids to Pride or to drag shows is that a conservative might show up with a gun. I don't think y'all are ready for that conversation yet.
Wake up! Stop acting like somebody is coming to save us! They're not! You've got motherfuckers from the FBI descending on Memphis. You've got fucking politicians cutting benefits for everyone. You have immigrants being deported for no goddamn reason. Taking kids from their families in Florida, and you think what? Someone's gonna fix it? Get angry. Wake up. Act like you give a fuck about you.
I'm not saying that only the least educated people in this country support Donald Trump.
I'm just saying that the least educated people in this country all support Donald Trump.
So one of my coworkers gave me this hat today in honor of Teacher Appreciation Week, and said, "Oh, it's too bad you got your hair up because you can't wear your hat." And I said, "Oh, that's not a problem." Ta-da!
Hey, does anybody else find it weird that conservatives think that they're the normal ones? When really, you know, in their mind, like the normal would be everybody to have blonde hair, blue eyes, and they would all be born looking the same, with the same personality, the same physical characteristics, and everybody would vote the same, and everybody would worship the same God and have the same male white personality that's boring as hell. When really LGBTQ stuff, all that happens in nature. Like, it's all documented that animals engage in those behaviors, that gender is a spectrum in humans and in other animals. Gender doesn't even exist with some animals. And it's so weird that they think they're the normal ones, and that they call us weird, or they call other LGBTQ people weird, when we're the normal ones. Like, we are what nature is producing. And they're trying to, I don't know, it's just weird. Seriously.
It's absolutely hilarious that liberals, especially liberals like this, truly believe that they're normal and that we're the weird ones. Not to really insult them and call them weird, but bottom line is they are weird. So yeah, to put it blunt and direct out there, yeah, conservatives are the normal ones. We don't have this whacked out ideology. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The way how life is now, I mean, we're returning to normalcy now a little bit in the United States, but the way how it was for the past 4 years and even a little bit before that, that is not normal. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you could even present it to a liberal and tell them, hey, do you know in 10, 15 years it's gonna be okay for a man to walk into a woman's bathroom, even if he doesn't look like a woman, but if he just says, I am a woman, and they're gonna let him right on in? Do you think a liberal would have even believed that 10, 15 years ago? And not only if they wouldn't have believed it, do you think they actually would have condoned it? Even though the liberals of today may stand with this, the liberals of 10, 15 years ago actually would have sat there and said, no way, that's absolutely crazy. A man does not belong in a woman's bathroom. Hey, what about sports? There's no way a man should be playing in women's sports. The liberals of 10, 15 years ago would have agreed that this is absolutely insane, and that it's not normal. But it shows you how easy they are to program, because just a short 10, 15 years later, they stand with all this. So the argument that he's presenting here is that normal is boring and that you should add some spice and excitement to your life by following this type of whacked out, weird ideology. And where you know the LGBTQ community is getting desperate, it was when they're actually gonna start pointing out what happens in the wild kingdom. If their best argument is actually to try and point out that, hey, male cats and dogs get along with each other that way, hey, monkeys get it on with each other that way, it doesn't matter if they're male or female, and you actually want to compare the animal world to the human world, you guys are getting pretty desperate at this point, aren't you? And then listen to what he says here. He wants to state, hey, they think that we're the weird ones and they're the normal ones, but we, the LGBTQ community, are actually the normal ones. Then the key words being, this is what nature is producing. I don't really think you guys in that community actually get it, but if everybody, if the whole world turned to being the LGBTQ community, there would be no more reproduction. If you take away the nuclear family, if you take away what you guys don't want to call normal, but call cis, you lose reproduction of humanity, you end the human race. You guys are absolutely insane. All right, guys, that's it for this video. If you like this type of content, if you can please consider subscribing if you are new. If not, if you can like the video, share the video, comment, or interact with it in one way or another, that'll be greatly appreciated. I do have one more clip for you guys, and it's a doozy. I'll see you guys in the next one.
I'm now 8 months post-vaginoplasty bomb surgery. So at this point, I feel like I can share with you my opinion of the results, as well as why I feel like I may have rushed into this. I started hormone treatment in 2023 after having come out early in 2022 and was pretty desperate to get my bottom surgery booked in as soon as my first year on hormones was up. I was pretty lucky to get a short notice appointment with a surgeon in Spain and travelled out there to get my surgery done end of September last year. The surgery itself probably went as well as it could have done, Although the first stages of the healing process were a little difficult, as I had an excessive amount of swelling, which still persists to this day. I am really over the moon with the general appearance, as it just looks like any woman's. Someone even suggested maybe a little bit neater for a woman my age, as it's quite tucked. I do have some pretty visible scars on my leg creases, as well as one that runs up each of my outer labia and one that comes an inch up my pubic mound from my clitoral hood. I feel like I rushed into this surgery as I probably didn't get quite as much hair removal as I should have done. It means that I now have a little bit of hair growth where I really can't get to it with a razor, although I might ask my electrologist if she's still able to get to it. Having said that, it is quite fine hair and there's really not much of it, so I don't feel like it's going to cause me much grief in the long run. All in all, I couldn't be happier with the result, and so that little detail is pretty meaningless to me.